Hi, my name is Dani Prasetyo and it's story time. This is a fiction story that can be categorized as a legend, as I know it is derived from India. In Indonesia, the story is presented in puppet show named Wayang Kulit. If you want to know the full story of it, you can Google for The Legend of Ramayana. But this is the story that has different point of view. The story from Rahwana, Love Without Path. Let's begin the story. The main character here is Rahwana. He was king of giant kingdom who has a bad trait as well as a frightened face. The story told that Rahwana only loved one woman, was his wife named Dewi Setyawati. In short, his wife passed away and he believed that his wife's soul incarnate to Dewi Sinta. His love had never died throughout his life to Dewi Setyawati. The time passing by, and ultimately Rahwana met Sinta, who was the wife of Rama at that time. Rama was a king of Ayodhya kingdom and married Sinta because of winning a contest. Seeing this reality that Rahwana couldn't accept it, there were only two options for him, stepping back or seizing Sinta from Rama's hand. He knew what he wanted and he was ready to sacrifice his life in order to get his true love back. Thus, he kidnapped Sinta and brought her to his palace. It had been 3 years since Sinta was abducted from Rama's side. Rahwana treated Sinta as his beloved queen. He didn't touch or rape her, though the possibilities were always there. He only waited that Sinta would love him as he did, because he knew that the true or pure love couldn't be forced. He thought that waiting was the best thing in order to avoid his beloved one got hurt in her heart. Sinta could love him wholeheartedly someday, even if it would be unlimited of time. Every day, Rahwana visited her and wrote her romantic poems that came out from his heart, as well as apologizing because of kidnapping her. He did everything so that Sinta could accept his love and proposal to be her queen, the one and only in his heart. But the fate said differently. Sinta always refused his proposal. It is like the natural law that everything comes from the heart will be toward her as well. Though Sinta knew Rahwana was the cruel king, but his sincerity could be felt by her heart. During her presence in Alenka Palace, Rahwana turned into a good and charming person, and the atmosphere of the kingdom became better and peaceful because of his change. Time passing by, the good deeds of Rahwana poisoned her mind. She began to think about Rahwana since then, but on the other hand, she didn't want to cheat her husband Rama. It was more than 3 years since she had been kidnapped by Rahwana. Sinta was wondering why Rama as her husband didn't save her life. She was busy talking to herself. Did not Rama love her anymore? Unfortunately, there were no one else answered her question. Only silence and full anxiety in her heart and mind. One day, Rahwana asked Sinta, "Don't you love me even though a bit? Do you? Could you remember me, though only for a while, as the man who you love?" She replied him, "I love you too, but I am the wife of Rama. If you truly love me, please bring me back to the place that you abducted me and let me come together with my husband in his palace." The word just came out from her mouth like a mantra that fully bewitched Rahwana's soul. He realized that these words that he had been waiting for since a long time ago, the magic words that changed his behaviors to be the nicer person so that Sinta could love him as he is. Rahwana said, "If it is what you want, as a knight, I will compete for one by one with Rama. If he can defeat me, I will return you to him." Day by day, Sinta was waiting for Rama's arrival, and the moment came. Rama arrived with his army and would save her life. However, Rahwana knew this time would come. He was happy to welcome it. Bravely, Rahwana greeted Rama. "I just want you to know, I love her, Rama. I will do anything for her, the wonderful woman who I love with all my heart. I'm not like you who married her because of prevailing the contest. All my deeds that you think to agitate for you are actually my effort to get back my love." and the battle couldn't be avoided. With the help of Hanuman, Rama managed to defeat Rahwana and successfully killed him. Ultimately, Sinta was back to be his. Sinta was happy and running into Rama's embrace. Out of expectation of Sinta, Rama ignored her. It was because he felt suspicious that Sinta had been touched by Rahwana since she was kidnapped. Many times Sinta explained to Rama that she had never been touched by him. She was pure as Sinta before being seized. Unfortunately, Rama didn't believe at all with what her saying. To make Rama believe in her sanctity, she decided to throw herself into an ember. But it couldn't kill her because she was still pure. Seeing this fact, Rama accepted her again. In another place, the soul of Rahwana was crying a lot for the sake of love, seeing the fact above. He was asking to the fate why it didn't choose him to be the one who had Sinta as his love. If he had joined the contest as Rama did, he could have been the winner and married Sinta. He knew that Rama's power was lower than him and big chance for him to trump the competition. Rahwana felt so sad to see the fact that Sinta chose a man who didn't trust her 100%. As for Rahwana, it didn't matter that Sinta was pure or not. He would love her no matter what. In another unseen corner, Sinta saw painfully because Rahwana died and she wouldn't see him anymore. He wouldn't inhale air as she did. In the bottom of her heart, she was losing a man who loved her without but Rahwana. God, if my love to Sinta is forbidden, so why do you magnificently build in the bottom of my heart and soul? The moral story of this story: there are always two sides of peoples, the dark and bright one. The figure of Rahwana has the dark one without knowing the bright side of his. I personally, before reading this story, ascertained Rahwana was cruel, having bad deeds because kidnapping of Rama's wife as well as having a frightened face. But after I read it, I just found out that the good side of his faithfulness to the person that he loves. Thank you for listening me. See you.